Yo, bro, what do you think?
I
Times are
love that
hard,
show.
world's on the brink. They want to protest, don't want to cause a stink, just want to escape and not have time to think. I like to check out all the chicks. Watch 'em walk, watch 'em sing, in clothes so fine. This is not your mother's pink. Oh no, no, this is not your mother's pink. I said it's not your mother's pink.
Oh,
I'm Ian, not
another
your
one.
mother's pink. It's not your mother's pink. Word. That was a cover of Not Your Mother's Pink from the Bratz TV show.
For some reason, I've been seeing a lot of those. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Sit Down with Sam, and today I'm going to be talking about the Bratz phenomena. Bratz phenomena. Phenomena, do do. Phenomena, do do do. Phenomena, do 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 do. Okay. I'm going to be talking about the Bratz phenomena on YouTube. That at least I've been experiencing. For that skit, I was expecting more Bratz things to pop up in my... Oh, like... Now it wants to do that. Okay. Okay, so Bratz. So let's first start off talking about how I got into Bratz, basically some childhood stuff. So when I was younger, I had access to Netflix, and there's like a bunch of Bratz movies on Netflix. There's Bratz Babies, the movie. They had like the Bratz Kids, the fairy tale one, the sleepover one. They had some of the Teen Bratz movies, like the Pixies, I think. It was either on there, I saw the Pixies, or on YouTube. Either way, I watched the Pixies one. I might have seen some other ones. They're like kind of in the back of my memory, but like if looking at clips, I would remember seeing that somewhere. Yeah, basically I watched a couple Bratz stuff, maybe saw some of the webisodes if there were any. But that's basically how I got into Bratz when I was younger. And so seeing all these stuff was kind of nostalgic. I remember the first time I ever came across a Bratz related video on YouTube. But like, what I liked about Bratz when I was younger is that it seemed like a very interesting world where anything could happen. But looking back, it's very weird, which was shown by the first video I saw of it, which was an out of context video. Because if you take all these scenes out of context, they make as much sense as they do in context. Well, I don't really remember most of the context for them, but that's what it seems like. But it's pretty weird, especially the animation, pretty low quality for the time, because they had things at much better quality. Like, I'm pretty sure these things came out like after the B movie and Shrek, definitely after Shrek, so the quality could have went up a bit. But there was still like good storytelling. Like, here's an example of one scene taken out of context.
Yo, bro, what do you think? Times are hard, world's on the brink. Don't wanna protest, don't wanna cause a stink. Just wanna escape and not have time to think. I like to check out all the chicks, watch them walk.
Storytelling. Don't know what the story is supposed to be there. Don't know what it was in context. But I doubt it made sense even in context. But basically, that's like the first video I saw, Bratz out of context, and then I saw Bratz out of context 2 and 3, and I really like started like this. I'm like, you know, this is kind of nostalgic looking back at the animation, the characters, and seeing how hilarious these things are out of context. And that was pretty much that. Until. So I came upon this channel, like, since I guess I had these Bratz out of context videos in my feed, liking them and stuff, so I'm gonna get recommended Bratz stuff. And I was recommended this channel called Ziffle. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it properly. But yeah, Ziffle. And they were doing a review of Bratz. like a Bratz movie, and the title of the video is called "This movie is much darker than I remember." Bratz Fashion Pixies movie commentary. And I actually did watch that movie. So looking back, like watching that movie commentary, I'm like, wow, that movie was pretty weird. I'm like, you know, because when you go back and watch old stuff, sometimes it's just kind of weird, like I just said. But looking back at that specifically, it was like the animation quality again, not as good as I remembered it. Just the sense, not as sensey as I remembered it. You know, as a little child, I guess like that's why its target audience may be younger. Hold on, let me look this up. Queens, 8 to 12-year-olds. I was 8 to 12-year-old. I guess that makes sense. I guess that's still young enough for the nonsense to make sense. Okay. So, out of context videos and the movie review were the only things I saw for a while about Bratz. But then Claudina9 uploaded a video about the return of Monster High, and in that video they also talked about how Bratz was also coming back for an anniversary special, whereas Monster High is coming back with a show and a live action movie. If you watched Monster High when you're younger, comment down below your fan castings for that. I'm actually excited to see that. I'm also working on like a little art project, choosing celebrities that I think would be good as the characters and kind of turn them into the characters. I did one so far, which was Melina Wiseman as Frankie Stein, because I think she can play that type of character well. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, that was the other thing. That was the next big thing about Bratz that I heard about. They were coming back with that. Then, like, I guess after that, I started seeing a little more Bratz, specifically on a up and rising channel called Hello Hello, which shows a bunch of random clips from kind of older shows that are kind of nostalgic and also really weird out of context. Like this one video that I love so much, basically, with Cameron and some girl. No, that's not Cameron. Yeah, but this guy and some girl just sitting there. Just look at it and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Looks like it's just you and me.
I don't have a problem with that.
So I decided, like, I was really wondering, was this just me getting like all these Bratz related videos and really like Bratz coming back? Like, I know it mostly has to do with my kind of watch history and stuff, but also, is it just me getting all these Bratz memes, Bratz coming back as a meme? Is that just me? Or like people who look at certain things that I look at like that? Or is it just coming back with popularity? So I decided to use Google Trends to kind of check it out. And what I found is, well, in comparison to Monster High, which would be in the same category, Bratz is getting more attention, but only in comparison to Monster High. So I decided to compare it with something like Shrek or the Bee Movie. I doubt it would, like, I highly doubt, like, I haven't done it yet, I doubt it's gonna get more, like, traction and interest than Shrek or the Bee Movie. But let's see. Yeah, you can't beat Shrek. So as we've seen, Bratz is definitely not more popular than Shrek. Let's compare it to some of the other memes I've been seeing. I've been seeing a bunch of Phineas and Ferb stuff. Mostly, like, most of these, like, nostalgic memes I've been seeing is from Hello Hello. And so the related memes I see are Phineas and Ferb related. That's why I get recommended Bratz, Phineas and Ferb. And also, out of context, they've also uploaded, like, Barbie, Bratz, those things out of context. And those videos are becoming extremely popular, too. So let's see it compared to Barbie. Let's see. Okay, Barbie is definitely still more popular, as Barbie still putting out shows and stuff and dolls. I actually have no idea what Bratz is doing, so. Okay, now let's try it with Phineas and Ferb. If I can spell. But yeah. Okay, Phineas and Ferb is on average has a significant more interest over time. So let's try it with Arthur, which is another thing I've been seeing. Then lastly would be Gravity Falls. So neither has had that much interest, but Arthur still has significantly more. Lastly, Gravity Falls. Okay. But Bratz still has a certain amount of interest rising. So what I don't know, though, is this just me? This doesn't really answer the question. Compared to Shrek, you can honestly tell that it is not as popular and meme-worthy or classic. But for some reason, it still has that presence right now that at least I'm seeing that presence. So what else can we do to see if it's just me? So from what I can get, what I'm seeing is that it kind of all started with the out of context videos, and then people have been going back to Bratz, kind of digging through it for the memes, and it's coming back as a meme. And I think maybe soon over time, especially around the time of the special being released, it will definitely gain a lot more attention and get a lot more memes. But I'm actually excited to see how the special would turn out. Like, would the quality increase? Would it have a better storyline? Again, I love Bratz, and I still appreciate the stories and stuff. It's just looking back, it's kind of weird, kind of just, if you look at the memes, then you know. It's just not as well thought out as it seemed when I was younger. But let's look up the new Bratz special that is coming out. So they're going to be releasing a collection this year, and if that is successful, they will officially return in 2022 for another comeback. So overall, Bratz is a very successful brand, and I think this internet fame they're getting, if that keeps increasing, then Bratz is gonna make a strong comeback. Because that's the thing about memes, everyone wants to get in on it, and then once it becomes more increasingly popular and more popular, like, people will care about it, like, more than just the meme part too. Okay, so I'm gonna be linking down some of the stuff I talked about, like the out of context video, one of Hello Hello's Bratz videos, and I will also be linking Olivia Rodrigo's Deja Vu, and I'm going to be doing a whole separate video talking about that in more detail, because I can totally do that. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell for notification, and comment down below what things you would like me to talk about next, entertainment related things, because that's what I'm going to be doing here. Like, kind of sit down and comment about maybe internet phenomena, okay, and maybe movie reviews, TV, and I do know one movie I do definitely want to review, a couple movies that have not come out yet that I would review, and with Paper Girls that's come out, I will definitely review that, because Paper Girls has been a big part of my channel, And so I kind of want to like keep on that train as much as I can. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next thing. And so, time to stand up, because it's sit down, so if I'm done. Bye. Mana mana do do do. Mana mana do do do. Mana mana do 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 do.